6 mistakes owners make when hiring. Hello, episode 194, back down at Mud Bay Yacht Club. One of my favourites, very peaceful, apart from the aeroplane that just picked a day to fly over the top. There's a little, this is in Surrey in Canada, British Columbia. As I discovered, there's a little airfield for little planes somewhere nearby. So of course, lovely day like today, they're all buzzing around. Perhaps they're getting in and wondering what I'm recording. Perhaps not, their eyesight might not be that good. But for those of you listening on on iTunes, Stitcher, SoundCloud, to the Marketing for Owners podcast, episode 194, then that's why the sound is not perfect, like when you're listening to a BBC announcer or the news or one of the top whizzo podcasters, because they sit in a room or a studio. I like to get out and about. And if you want to know, these are all recorded as videos. You can actually see what I look like and where I am, because I do get out and about and travel around. They are at marketingforowners.com/podcasts. You will find everything there, every single one. You can even get to the iTunes link and subscribe and ratings and all that malarkey. But for now, I hope you don't mind. I'm going to put my sunglasses on because I'm looking at the sun, gives a better light for you lot, and I'm squinting and it's hurting my eyes. So here you go. But remember, this is me. I'm not in disguise. Yeah. So this idea, bad hiring. We all, as business owners, need to hire, whether it's in a marketing department or in general, at some point in life, even if we're going to hire someone to do all our hiring for us. And by the way, a truck is just reversing down just to launch their boat. So if you hear any noise or action or see something behind, there's a slipway just behind me. I love the river. So a friend of mine asked me about if I wouldn't mind doing a podcast, giving advice on what mistakes to avoid when we're hiring. So here goes. Number one, basic, a bad advert. Quite often, if we want to hire say you want to hire a marketing assistant, your headline will be marketing assistant. And then it will be very generic. Most people's adverts, if they place an ad at all, local paper, online or whatever, are so generic, it's ridiculous. So it's just unimaginative. Look at everything else and imagine if you were looking for a job and you saw 10 jobs listed as a marketing assistant and one as a, dynamic marketing would-be genius required. Wouldn't you look at that one first and see, ooh, what's all that about? Now, I just made that up. I'm not suggesting that's a great title. But I know for us, it's made a huge difference when we started being dynamic with our titles or our descriptions for the adverts, even the details. Be imaginative. By the way, be truthful. Obviously, don't put up their expectations expecting something that turns out it isn't, because then you won't actually get a good hire. And that's what it's all about. So be truthful, but be imaginative. Number two, bad interviewing. Now, we are business owners. We are expected to be experts at everything. Everyone wants to know how to do stuff, and they ask us, how's that going to be done? We've had to learn from scratch. So acknowledge that you are, unless you are an expert, by the way, in HR, acknowledge that you are not an expert at interviewing. Either learn how to do it by looking up online, it's free, how to interview well, how to conduct a better interview. Terms like that, you'll be amazed at what Google will bring up for you for free, dead easy, bullets, right? What we tend to do in an interview is we're nervous and we waffle. We want them to want to work for us. So we generally spend ages describing how wonderful the company is, how wonderful it is to be here, and all that without going the other way. when in actual fact, when we're interviewing, we're not supposed to be making it such that they want to work here, and they want to make up stuff just to let you hear what you want to hear or what they think you want to hear. We want to grill them. We are going to invest not only time, but a lot of money in this person and the training. In some countries, very, very difficult to fire people or to let them go, polite term. So get it right. Grill them. Ask them questions specific. Write down some stuff in advance. Ask them, if this happened, what would you do? When you're at home, when you're surfing, if you're in market looking for someone about online marketing, when you're at home, when you're surfing the internet, what are your favorite websites? And tell me why. Tell me what you like about them. Yeah? You get my gist? Then, next one, not following up on background checks and references. Easy to assume, we're busy, we've got lots to do, so it's easy to assume that if they are going to give someone as a reference, that person, if you wrote to them, is going to give them a good reference. Why would anyone give a name and address of someone who would not give them a good reference? Well, people, they sometimes are not that smart, or the other person can give some cryptic clues in that reference as to what that person is really like. And that's what you're trying to get. Follow up references. Make that a habit. Please, please. You'd be amazed what we found out on how many have stopped us hiring someone who we were going to hire down to the references that they gave. Amazing, eh? Being desperate to hire. Generally, we hire in a small business, when we can no longer cope, or when a big contract hits, then we suddenly need someone, we can't do all that work, so we are desperate. Therefore, we quite often, if we only have 3 people apply and they're not great, we think, oh, well, we better take that one because they're the best of the bunch. Just let them go. Just let them go. Put another advert out. There are plenty of people who want jobs. Reword your advert if you didn't get the best type of people the first time round. Put it in another place. Ask around, etc., etc. Do not be desperate. You will regret it. Seriously, hire the people you want to hire. The next one, we make a mistake, is hiring people like us. So when we're interviewing, some people just appeal to us because they're just like us. And we hire them because that's going to appeal to us, quite obviously, but that's not good. We do not want clones. We want people that complement our skills. We're good at something, we want someone who's good at the things we are not good at. So if we're good at organising, we want someone who is not an organiser. I can see someone coming along with a wheelbarrow and I'm hoping he can fit past. I'm in your way. No, you can fit past, can't you? Hello. That was lucky. Can you imagine this John takes up the whole darn path, and I'm actually on the front of a single track bridge that goes down to the boats, and no one can get past because I've got a whopping great tripod in the way. But what can you do? There's no one here when I started. So, yeah, don't hire people that are just like you. That's not going to work out. Finally, expecting them to be self-starters and fast learners or self-learners. So we hire a marketing person. They have some skills or some experience in marketing. So we think, great, get on with it. There you go. But no, they are going to bring bad habits. You want them to do the job you had in your mind that you are hiring for. You want it done in the way you want it doing. That means, I'm very sorry, you will have to train them. Now, training does not mean sitting with them all day, but put aside 30 minutes or 1 hour every single day. It doesn't have to be from you, it might be from a colleague, from someone else. Train them and onboard. Onboard is the experience when they come on board, the initial thing. You get on an aeroplane, what do? They tell you where all the exits are, they tell you the safety instructions. Quite obviously, you need to do that. Fire safety, employment laws, etc., etc. But you need to explain how things work here. Onboard them. Do not skimp on that because you will be wasting your money and time later on. Just get it done. Get it done. It works. We spent years learning this. That's it. That's your 6 tips. Follow that. Seriously, you'll have a remarkable uptick in your success. Anyway, today it's Thursday. Time for a Drive Time podcast. And today is it's actually from Rory Vaden, V-A-D-E-N. It's called The Rory Vaden Show. However, in the last few weeks, he's changed the name to be the Daily Discipline Podcast. But if you look up The Rory Vaden Show, you'll still get to it. Obviously, you can get to the show notes and get the link at marketingforowners.com/podcast/194, the episode number. It always works like that. We have a full transcription and any notes, including all those 6 tips, by the way, they'll all be written down for you. So if you did have a pen, you didn't need one. And that, by the way, will be up already on that post. By the time you're hearing this, it's already prepared in advance by lovely Jennifer. Thanks, Jennifer. So go check out Rory Vaden. He's written some books. He writes about procrastination. One of his famous books, I think, is Take the Stairs. Now, I've not read it. It is on the list. I have to read a lot of books. But I've heard great things. I actually watched a Periscope with him the other day. He's good. He's really good. He's sharp. He's witty. He's on the ball. He knows what he's doing. He's been around. And he looks ridiculously young, which is always annoying to me. But he's good. Rory Vaden. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you learned something. Come back tomorrow. Tomorrow's the weekend challenge. You can learn some more.